Gee, that episode was more than meets the eye. So, hi guys, Francis Beau here with another Beau TV, and today we're reviewing More Than Meets the Eye. Very, very good title for an episode, even though we've used that almost in every single form of Transformers. But, you know, it's the 4th episode now. Let's get into it and see what they have done good and what they've done bad and what I made references to. So this episode starts out with Russell looking over at the city, a Crown City, looking at a amusement park, and feeling kind of bored that he can't hang out with his friends out there, and he's all the way down at a junkyard, that kind of thing. Like, I want to go hang out with my friends, but they're so far away, that kind of thing. Fixit tries to cheer him up, saying, when I was on the Alchemore, I had no one to hang out with. That didn't work right. But then Russell's dad tells him that there's a football field a few blocks away, and he puts on this weird helmet. I have no idea what the reference is. If anyone knows who he is, then you're, I guess, even cooler, because I have no idea who that is. Yeah. He puts on the helmet and he goes to the football field, and then we get to this part where this guy sniffs out grass. He calls it a greenster piece, I think, because it's a nice little field. It's pretty cool. He goes away, and bam! We're introduced into a brand new Decepticon, or if you haven't seen the clips a little while back, we are introduced to Bisk, Decepticon Bisk, or the Mr. Krabs Decepticon. Here he is, and I haven't talked about his design on this channel, so I'll say it right here. He looks really cool. I really like his design. I like his arms look like crabs, and they look like claws, and his face is very lobster-like. So it's a very, very cool looking design for him. And following after that, the Autobots come, and he has a very special power. Like, he shoots lasers out of his mouth. I have no idea what this special feature is about. Anyway, Grimlock splatters on Sideswipe, which is kind of funny. And, I think that, Bisk is trying to beat a record. He's trying to see how many Autobots he could take down. And Bumblebee jokes like, "Oh, well, technically you didn't destroy an Autobot. You just took down a Dinobot." And he's like, "I can still tie the record." So it's pretty cool. Strongarm and Sideswipe have new weapons. If anyone did not notice, they Sideswipe has this sword, which we've seen in the clips if you guys have seen it. But in the show, he finally brings out his sword, and he's kicking a lot of butt and with the sword, and he uses it a lot in the show on this episode. So that's pretty cool, and eventually they all team up and defeat him, which is like, your normal Autobot Decepticon fight. So pretty cool. Russell finally makes it to the football area, and he meets this girl named Hank, and they kind of play around, like boy and girl do. They play football. Her name is Hank. Like I told you, they said that she has a different name. I can't remember at the time what her real name is, but her temporary name is Hank. So that's pretty cool. They enter. Russell is he's not the best football player, and he feels like he's not doing a good thing for the team, and he just feels kind of embarrassed, so he just walks away, feeling kind of sad. Yeah, so that's kind of sad. And back to the Autobots. Grimlock again is like boasting about how he splattered Bisk, and Fixit just saying like that was very exciting, and he wished he would be on the battlefield. Now, I'm gonna say this right now. This is a reference to a Transformers Prime episode. Believe it or not, this is a reference to a Transformers Prime episode. This is from Stronger, Faster from Season 1. It's when Ratchet feels, left out. He doesn't feel like he's part of the team, and he finds some way to get on, to get in the team, and that's with the synthetic energon. Unfortunately, Fixit does not do anything like that. He, gets on the field later, which we'll talk about later. But, I feel that that's a reference to Transformers Prime, which is a very, very small reference, and, some people probably won't see it, but, I just wanted to bring it up. Yeah, Fixit's like saying I want to come out, and Strongarm looks in the files and sees that Minicons are supposed to be where he is, and that is, just helping out, like finding fugitives with the screen and finding out what their powers are and stuff like that. And Grimlock's like saying, like, you're not that strong, and, not as strong as me. And, Fixit feels very, very left out. He just, rolls away, just feeling kind of sad and, left out. Doesn't feel like he's that big of a deal to the team. So, and then, the weirdest thing happened on this episode. I always wondered what would happen if a human came in, how they're gonna hide. And, then, here, I actually got it. Here it is. Hank comes into the junkyard. I have no idea how she finds it. That's a very big surprise. I don't know how she found it. I mean, sarcastic. Yeah, she comes in, and the Autobots have to hide. They all hide, and for some reason, Grimlock, he hides with Strongarm, but I don't know where they go. I mean, they're in a junkyard. I mean, I get it, but dang, I mean, I don't understand how they wouldn't, figure out that that's how awesome the car looked. I mean, I'm surprised the girl didn't say, like, what kind of car is that? I mean, it's obviously a vehicle mode, but she revealed what the car was. I completely missed that part. I did not hear what the car was, what she described. So, I'll go back and look at it and see what the car was. So, Hank comes back and tells to Russell to come back. She wants him to come back, and she brings back his helmet, and his dad makes a joke like, "Can I call you Russell now?" And he still doesn't want him to do it. So it's cool. Now we're in an airport, and we're introduced to another new Decepticon, and this one is Chop Shop. Chop Shop is a combiner, our first combiner in the series, and he is made up of 5 spiders, I believe, and he forms in, to Chop Shop. And that's really, really cool. I like it, the way that he's, the way he looks is pretty cool. I forget the voice actor's name. That's pretty cool. Bumblebee tries to make another attempt at the slogan, the first one was roll up and roll out. I believe the second one was roll up and let's roll and capture. That, and, Bumblebee's like saying, yeah, I know, I'll try again. So, that's pretty cool. I mean, he's still trying. He'll eventually learn the slogan soon enough. They enter the airport, finding Chop Shop, and the cool thing is that, they split up, and I believe their power is that they could electrify, and basically, electrify the parts of a transformer, and basically, put them in this, they cannot, like, stasis, I guess, because from what I'm seeing, it's kind of like tasing them, basically. And, they all get tased, and, Chop Shop eventually escapes. And then, like I said, Fixit finally gets his role, and he finally comes out. And he can actually, he's actually going to help out with the mission to find Chop Shop. And what we learned from Chop Shop is he took a part from the airport and a bunch of other parts. His attempt, what he's trying to do is he's trying to build a spaceship to fly out of here, try to leave Earth. So, he's trying to escape, and they're going to enter some form of, like, they're trying to do another homage to Transformers Prime where they cannot bring in giant robots into this area, so therefore they're going to have to bring in a human character to do the job. But this time they have, Fixit, since he's a very, very small robot. So, they come in, and Chop Shop's looking for the energy to make his whatchamacallit, it's a spaceship. And then the Then, Grimlock is left behind because, you can't have a dinosaur roaming around. And the craziest thing about this show happened is that, Hank comes back and he tells him to hide, and he stands there like a statue, and, that's like the perfect cover. How did none of the Autobots think that? Just be a statue. Actually, it's a very cool cover. And after that, we come back to the Autobots entering. The humans disguise themselves, and the best homage happened. This is the best homage you can get out of this. Fixit is dressed like a human, and that is like the best homage we've gotten so far in this cartoon. Because that is an homage to Armada. There was an episode where I believe it was, I'm trying to remember the name of the minicon that we're trying to think of. Sure Shock, yeah, Sure Shock. He was dressed up as a human twice, actually. This is obviously an homage to that, and he's a minicon, so this is a perfect homage. And he just looks, he looks goofy as a human, and he actually pulls off the human look pretty good. Great homage. That is a great homage for the Armada TV show, which is I'm surprised that they made an homage to that. So, yeah, very cool homage. Now we're back at the junkyard with Grimlock and Russell, and Grimlock is trying to tell Russell, you should go back to the football area and try to be part of the team. Like, what can you do to help him out? And Russell gets all ticked off, and for some reason he learns that he can do football because he kicks his hat, and the hat soars, and he realizes he can kick it so far, which means that, hey, you can do a football. And that's pretty cool. And then we jump back to the battle, and we find out that they're almost done with the energy that they need. They're transferring it, and they pretty much have loaded up, and now they're ready to haul butt and get out of there. Haul Cybertronian butt and get out of there. And Strongarm finds out that they're about to escape, and she captures one of them, and they combine. The spiders combine to Chop Shop, and it's a very neat combination that they do. I mean, it's not the best way of combination that I've seen, but Chop Shop's like saying, what am I supposed to do about my arm? And the weirdest thing happens on the show. I'm gonna take back the weird thing I just said. The weirdest thing happens on the show. Chop Shop takes Fixit and he connects him to his left arm port, where he's supposed to be, where the other spider's supposed to be, and he uses him as an arm, and that is like the craziest and weirdest thing I've seen on the show to date. Because that's just weird. Why would anyone? I get it. I mean, why does that fit? How does that work? I mean, what? That made no sense. Yeah. So, I don't know. It seemed kind of weird. And now, Fixit's connected to the Chop Shop, and he's using Fixit to punch Strongarm and the other Autobots, and they escape and they give chase, and they couldn't capture him, but Strongarm actually, he and Bumblebee are cops, so they use this blue hologram, this blue light to look for tire tracks. They follow the tire tracks and they enter an old abandoned train area. I believe it's a train area. I'm not sure. And they find the spaceship, and they find Chop Shop still with Fixit connected to him, and Fixit punches everybody, and I'm pretty surprised that it doesn't hurt him all that much. And they're trying to do it, and Fixit actually attempts to get him. Fixit actually attempts to get, to punch Chop Shop. He gains courage, basically, and all said and done. And then Bumblebee does a very interesting thing. Once Fixit deals with him, Bumblebee does an uppercut, and he punches him, and he just punches him into the truck, and he freezes him. But unfortunately, one of Chop Chop's minions, one of the spiders, escaped, and I'm surprised that no one noticed that except the human, except Denny, which is kind of surprising. And you know, here's the best part about this. Let's go back a little bit. When Bumblebee was fighting Chop Chop all alone, when the other human or Autobots were, kind of out, the best move I've seen to date on the show happen was so cool. Chop Chop comes at Bumblebee, and he's about to get him, and he basically misses the punch. Like, Bumblebee misses Chop Chop, and he basically elbows him in the face, and he does a full 360, and he kicks him. That is an awesome move. I really, really like that. And that was a really, really cool scene. And I hope that, I cannot wait for him to come back, because, he still has a part of him out there. And Fixit now, comes back from their mission, and he's, boasts about how he punches Chop Chop and he saved the day. So, and Grimlock tells the team that they have to go to the football stadium to see Russell play. And when you know it, Russell kicks the football and he makes a touchdown. Or what, a far goal, I'm not sure what they call it. So, yep, and they come back and, Hank says, "Are you good at playing basketball?" I think that was kind of a waste. They should have said soccer, because, he's a good kicker. They should have said, "Are you good at playing soccer?" He's like, "Heck yeah." But, basketball, I don't know. Can you just say soccer? I mean, you're on a grass, for God's sake. You could make a fence and everything. I mean, that's the one gripe I have with this episode. Like, why did you say basketball? You should have said soccer. I mean, that's far more reasonable than saying basketball. So that's essentially more than meets the eye. A very, very cool episode. A lot of good homages and a lot of references. And, it's a very, very good episode. Sorry for the weird camera movement. I really like the episode. It's a very, very nice episode, and, it served its purpose. One thing I did not like is that we did not get to see Steeljaw again. Steeljaw is still, today, my favorite Transformer on the show. He's just an interesting character. And, I'm kind of sad that he did not make an appearance, because, Chop Chop's, one of his arms are still, loose out there. I was hoping that, they would recruit, that's what Steeljaw wants, to recruit all fugitive Decepticons. That would have been a good thing to do. Who knows? So, that's pretty cool. It's a great episode. It's a very, very good episode. I really liked it, and it's just action-packed. That's what I love about it. It's just an action-packed episode. We get a new combiner, and we're gonna get the toy someday. Don't worry, they're gonna make a toy of him someday. It's probably gonna be like a 3-step change or something. I don't know, but that's it for this episode. What did you guys think of More Than Meets the Eye? Do you think it was a good episode? Do you think it was a bad episode? Did you like the homage with Fixit wearing, like a human costume? So that's it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of More Than Meets the Eye. Please remember, subscribe for the Beau. And I have another question about this episode. How in the world did Hank buy the dinosaur statue? Seriously, who buys that? I mean, I would ask, why is he green? Why is he metal? I mean, when were dinosaurs metal? I guess, the Age of Extinction was part of this show. I guess it would make sense. Also, why was Grimlock not involved in the battle? Still a great episode. So that's my mini rant. I'm gonna go now before I think about anything else bad about this great episode. So please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for the Beau. Now I need to go watch. Now, if you excuse me, I gotta go watch Rescue Bots Turn the Tide. And then we're going to review the next Robots in Disguise next Tuesday.